It's long after dark, 40,000 years ago, somewhere in Ice Age Europe, and the cold is trying to kill you. Not all at once. Through your feet, your neck, every strip of skin the firelight can't reach. No roof above you. No walls. No door to shut against the dark. Only a fire someone has to feed, branch by branch, until the sun comes back. And here's the thing. This wasn't a disaster. This was normal. So how did anyone survive out here, through nights like this, through entire Ice Age winters, before a single human had ever built a house? Right now, you almost certainly are not cold. There's a wall a few feet away you haven't looked at once today. A roof you trust completely. Maybe a thermostat, holding the air at a number you picked. You didn't build any of it, and you never think about it, which is exactly how safe you are. Now take it all away. Our species is around 300,000 years old. Permanent, solid houses cover maybe the last 10,000 of those years. The final 3%. For everything before that, staying alive didn't come from four walls. It came from a survival kit most people have never heard of. Start with the oldest tool of all, fire. In 2012, a team led by archaeologist Francesco Berna of Boston University published an analysis of the sediment inside Wonderwork Cave on the edge of South Africa's Kalahari. Deep in the cave, 30 meters from the entrance, far past where any wildfire could reach, they found microscopic ash and burned bone baked into the floor. The date on it, around 1 million years ago. That's not a campfire someone stumbled onto. That's fire. Carried inside, kept, and controlled by a human ancestor who lived 1 million years before you did. Fire was the first shelter. It had no walls, and it went wherever you went. It pushed back the cold. It cooked food so your gut could pull more calories out of every bite. And it threw a ring of light that big predators wouldn't cross. A wood fire burns somewhere around 600 degrees Celsius. Your body starts failing when its core drops just a few degrees below 37. Fire closed that gap, and it did it for 1 million years before anyone thought to build a wall around it. But fire has a weakness. It stays put, and you can't. So how do you carry warmth on your own body across open country in the middle of an ice age? You wear it. And figuring out when humans first did that is one of the strangest detective cases in all of science. Because clothing that old rots. There is no 100,000-year-old coat sitting in a museum. So how do you date a thing that leaves no trace? You date its parasites. Everyone assumes we'd pin down the first clothes from a scrap of fabric or a bone needle. Not here. The clue is a louse. Humans carry two kinds, the head louse, which lives in hair, and the body louse, which lives almost entirely in clothing. Body lice could only have evolved once there was clothing for them to live in. So find the moment they split from head lice, and you found roughly the moment we got dressed. In a 2003 study, geneticist Mark Stoneking at the Max Planck Institute in Leipzig ran a molecular clock on louse DNA and landed on a first estimate. A 2011 team at the University of Florida, led by David Reed, reworked it with more data and pushed clothing back to as early as 170,000 years ago. Set that against the roughly 10,000 years we've lived in permanent houses. We have been wearing our shelter something like 17 times longer than we've been building it. Fire and clothing keep you alive out in the open. But nobody sleeps fully exposed, if they can help it. So where did people actually lie down? Here's where the cartoon in your head gets it wrong. The word caveman makes it sound like caves were home base, the default address for the whole species. They weren't. Caves are rare on a landscape, often damp and pitch black, and frequently already occupied by things with claws. The reason caves fill our museums isn't that everyone lived in them. It's that caves protect what's inside them. An open-air camp rots away in a few seasons. A cave can keep its secrets for 77,000 years. We know that exact number because of one. At Sibudu, a rock shelter in KwaZulu-Natal, South Africa, archaeologist Lynn Wadley and her team dug down through layer after layer of compacted plant matter and, in 2011, reported the oldest known bedding on Earth, 77,000 years old. It wasn't a random heap of grass. The sleepers had gathered sedges and rushes from the river below, then laid a thin top layer of leaves from one specific tree, Cryptocarya woodii, the river wild quince, whose leaves contain natural insecticides. Put plainly, 77,000 years ago, someone was building a mattress engineered to stop bugs biting them in their sleep. And every so often, they burned the whole bed to clear out the pests and built a fresh one. So, fire,